Hi, it's me, INFP, and I wanted to do a video comprised of anecdotes um, and just a little bit about like what's going on in the YouTube and the real life. First, I wanted to do a promotion for Older INFP Insights for her one-on-one insights. Go check the link down in the description. Um, She basically you pay her $10 on PayPal. She writes you ask a question, and she writes a long and thoughtful email back. I got good tips, practical tips, also empathy. Uh, she has been a mental health professional. She has also um, um, clairvoyancy, and she is an INFP who has seen a lot as an older INFP. So I would say that she is experienced with life. And I love the advice that I got. I was looking for FITE advice, and that's what I got. Advice from an INFP. So I would highly recommend that. I tested it out. I feel helped by that. Um, and yeah, my question was about like how to deal with like balance out um, like my job with fun stuff, with therapy, like what is fun, what is necessary, what is urgent, like how do I deal with like my finite amounts of energy, where should I focus, that kind of thing. I gave a little bit of context, but as you guys know, I am burnt out. I have social anxiety, depression since before, and that's what made me vulnerable to this kind of thing. I'm going to be meeting a psychologist and a doctor, but I'm not there yet because there's waiting times, obviously. And I have consulted my friends, um, my ISFJ and my INFJ friend. I have consulted colleagues, my supervisor, my boss, a social worker, and I am getting help. I have support. It's good. Like I have the ingredients there for making a change, even if it's scary. Um, I I'm not really there yet because I went to work today and I stayed an hour later at work because there was a lot of work, um, a lot of difficult patients. I was at the emergency, but like the quick times, the times like that are supposed to be 15 to 30 minutes. Um, but I like sometimes they couldn't speak Swedish well, or when the patient had autism, so it took more time, all sorts of stuff. Um, I tried to call the consult and get a consult. All sorts of problems ended up, and I was there with another resident and not another specialist. So being two people who aren't specialists at that, like they don't take into account if you're a specialist or not in the amount of patients that they book. And that was pretty bad. And he was like, "Is it always like this?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's always like this. This other resident has been away for a placement, and he's been away for months. He comes by sometimes to like check that his patients are doing okay. Um, but he's been away for a while." And I was like, "Yeah, this is how it always is." And I told him that I'm burnt out. I said, "Well, this really isn't good." So he's going to talk to my boss as well because he doesn't want to work like this. Um, he has a little bit. He's in his third year of residency, so he has more experience than me, and he's a little bit more sure of himself when he works because he has more experience, basically. But even he feels like it's a lot. So yeah, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself by going to work, but it's only temporary until I meet the doctor and we actually make a plan of how to deal with my working hours and everything. So I'm on a good way. Anyway, that was my number one was D from Old INFP Insights. My number two is that I found myself on Personality Database. Okay, I was looking up somebody else, and then I stumbled upon my page. So 4 people have voted that I'm an INFP. So thank you, I'm honored for that. 1 person voted I'm a 615. I think I'm a 617, but I'm open to you guys voting. So go on Personality Database and look up Radish Raven. I'm there. I don't know why you would do this, but it's kind of funny. I didn't know as an internet celebrity. So yeah, that's another anecdote that happened. A third anecdote is basically a warning. I want to warn for putting too much stock into what Melissa Talks on YouTube says. Melissa Talks says that she's an ENTP. I think that she's an ENTJ. I don't go around typing people because I'm shit at it. But and also I'm not an authority on MBTI. But that's the problem, is that she acts like she's an authority on MBTI and she doesn't accept criticism on stuff. Sometimes I understand her because a lot of people in YouTube comments will say really dumb stuff and you have to be able to defend yourself or at least delete the comments. But it feels like she's very rigid and not open. And isn't that what ENTPs are all about? They're all about debate, all about differing opinions, all about the inny craziness of life. And they're not into TE. They don't get TE. I think that Melissa Talks uses a lot of TE. Not just in the way that she's communicating, but the way that she thinks as well. She talks a lot about efficiency and stuff for somebody who's an ENTP. Also, her love-hate relationship with INFPs is a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird for somebody who claims that they don't have FI in their stack. So it would make more sense if her FI is her inferior function. Because I think that she's an ENTJ, and that she hasn't really looked into herself. I mean, obviously I don't know everything about myself, but I feel like if you're going to be putting advice or information about the MBTI on YouTube, you shouldn't first of all claim to be an expert and then spread misinformation. Sometimes it feels like she'll just have come up with something, some rule of hers from the top of her head, and then and she's sure that it's right. And then she doesn't accept people questioning that, which is contradictory. If you claim to be an ENTP, wouldn't you want to question things? I don't know. So yeah, I just say take Melissa Talks with a grain of salt, because I don't think that she has things figured out quite yet, and she'll say pretty crazy things sometimes, pretty controversial stuff. And at first I was really into her videos because I thought she had really good insights on certain topics. But then I realized it's a little bit hit and miss. Sometimes she'll say stuff that is really insightful and great. But sometimes I think that's her and I kind of sometimes is right, but sometimes not. And she's sure that she's right, and that never really leads anywhere. So yeah, I do want to flag for that. Let's see, what was my other topic? Can't really remember. Let's see. Yeah, no, I can't come up with anything else. Please tell me what you guys think in the description. Well, in the comments. I have been making these Brazilian friendship bracelets. So if you would like one, I will put it up on my Ko-fi. It does cost more than Scooby-Doo's, I think, because every such embroidery thread costs 33 crowns, which is the equivalent of around $3, which is kind of expensive. And you need several of those threads to actually make a bracelet. So I will be revising the price. So I'll be putting that up soon. Tell me what you guys think. I do like talking to you guys, and people are worrying if like making these videos is a good use of my time, and I do think that it actually is. Okay, it helps me sort things out in my brain, and I like complaining on here, and apparently you guys like hearing my complaints, so I'm pretty happy about that. Some people have been saying that I'm using this as an echo chamber, but I really am not. I do talk a lot about deleting comments on here, but actually it doesn't happen very often. I appreciate all your comments, and I even if I don't have the energy to always reply, I try to always read. I do read all the comments, and I like them if I don't have the energy to respond. But I try to respond as well, because I like hearing all your different opinions. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Bye.